you've pointed out that perhaps the MPs who are presiding over these areas don't want to stand on principle in case they upset the Islamic community. Now, is that a failure of democracy if that's what we are seeing?
No, it's not a failure of democracy. I think, well, you could say that, but I think it just highlights one thing that, again, so many people ignore when they talk about democracy. In order for democracy to really function, there must be something keeping the people within that democracy together. There must be something like a shared identity, like social cohesion. Just having people going to the polls and vote once every 4 years is not enough. And we saw this in Afghanistan. We saw this in the areas of Palestine, in the West Bank and in Gaza, right? Just allowing people to vote will not turn them into liberals or give them a shared identity. And it's frustrating. For example, in London, where I currently am, is the police is ripping down pictures and posters of the children that have been taken hostage. Police, like not activists, the police rips it down because they say it could inflame local tensions. That tells you what the story is. So apparently you cannot even put up a picture of a 9-year-old baby because somebody would get angry about it, right? And we know who that somebody is. And as you say, we have been told for 30, 40 years that no, what's happening in the Middle East, right? It's just the elites there. It's just the leadership, right? It's the leadership of Hamas. Like it's all these different groups, but the people are just like us. They're just itching to put up a rainbow flag, to trade their Kalashnikovs for, I don't know, Robin DiAngelo's white fragility. But I think it's very often exactly the opposite. I think in Saudi Arabia, I think in Egypt, we saw it in Libya. I think it is the leadership that keeps a lid on the, let's say, more extreme tendencies within their populations. And we see the same in Europe, where that lid does not exist. You have 100,000 people in the streets 3 weekends in a row, openly sympathizing with Hamas. You have in Australia, people going through the streets yelling, Hamas, Hamas, Jews to the gas. I mean, this is unbelievable, to be honest. It's the same in Germany, by the way. The country that committed the Holocaust now has to put up barricades around the Holocaust memorial because they're afraid that anti-Semites might vandalize it. I mean, this is kind of the beginning, really, of a rerun of the 1930s. And if you're Jewish in Europe, pretty much everybody is considering leaving. We actually are managing multiculturalism is completing what the Holocaust could not do, the end of Jewish life in Western Europe. And that is an absolute tragedy.